If you're looking for a rebrand or to spice up your current logo, then changing the colors is always a great place to start, but the problem is it doesn't really seem obvious of how you can actually do that. Luckily with Photoshop, there's two easy tricks that you can use to change the color of your existing logo, whether it's a PNG file or attached to a background, and in this tutorial I'm going to share exactly how to do it. Hello friends, my name is Brendan from BeWellCreative.com, where we love to talk about photography and photo editing, and in today's tutorial we're going to learn two easy ways to change the color of your logos with Photoshop. Now if you're working with a JPEG file, that means that you have a background attached to your image, and to give you an example of what I mean here, when you go to change the color of your logo, it's going to also affect the background because the logo and the background are attached on the same layer. So to avoid this problem, you need to make a selection so you only adjust the logo, but that might seem a little bit complicated. Luckily in this tutorial I'm going to share exactly how to select your logo and add whatever color you would like as an updated version, as well as I'll share an easy way to edit a PNG logo with a transparent background using a color overlay option with a layer style. So with that, let's hop into Photoshop and see how it works. Now today we're going to go through two different examples so that we cover all the bases no matter what logo you are working with today. Now the first logo is a PNG file with a transparent background represented by these checkerboards. Now the second logo that we have has a logo directly on a background, as you can see here. So the background and the logo are on the same layer, so we won't be able to take advantage of the easy adjustments that we can make over here. Luckily the process is still really straightforward with some automatic selection tools that we'll touch on later in this tutorial. To start things off, let's work with this logo right here. Let's say I want to change the color of this logo from black to a color of some kind. Now, since it is already on a transparent background, that means we don't have to do any of the work of cutting out this logo because it's already separate from the background. So to start things off, we'll access our Layer Styles dialog box by double-clicking on the logo layer. This is going to open up the Layer Style box, and we're going to go down to the Color Overlay option right here. I'm going to check that off. Click on the option, and now you'll see we have the color overlay here. We want to make sure the blend mode is set to normal and the opacity is set to 100% so that our color is super visible. Now you notice that the color of my entire logo has already changed, and that's because of the color picker right here. If I click on that box, I can go and change this overlay color to anything that I would like really quickly and really easily, all with just a couple of clicks here within the Layer Styles box. Now, since our logo is on its own layer, that is why this method works, because it's filling in the entire layer and the contents of this layer is only the logo. So because of that, it makes life really, really easy. So once I'm happy with that color, I can just click OK again, and now we're good to go. So from here, I've change the color of my entire logo at once to one color. Now, with that said, there's a slight problem here. What if I wanted to only change the color of the icon and not the words, for example? Well, in that case, we have to go about things a little bit differently. So with our logo selected, we're going to actually make a copy of our logo so we have two versions of it. By selecting this layer and then pressing Command or Control J to duplicate it, we're going to actually delete the layer style effects, aka the color of our copy layer. So we can just right click on our effects options and go down here to clear layer style, and that's going to get rid of it for us. Now, as you notice, our logo has become black, but that's only on this layer, because if I turn it off, our red color is showing underneath. So what that means is we can use a layer mask to hide part of this black logo to reveal the colored red logo underneath. So with my duplicated layer selected, I'll add a layer mask like so. Make sure that layer mask is selected. Select my brush tool, make sure black is set to my foreground color because that's going to make things transparent on my mask. And then I'll just go and paint over the icon that I want to have color on. Now, just like that, with the help of our layer mask, we're now able to show the color in selective areas. So even, for example, if I wanted to change the color of the one word here, I could also do that just by painting on my mask and revealing that underlying red layer here. So it's really that simple. And from there, once your mask is created, all you have to do to change the color even more is just double click on the color overlay option right here. Click on your color picker, and now you can go and change the color to whatever else you would like. And since we're using the same layer masks as before on the above layer, it's not going to affect any of that black area. It's only going to affect the masked out colored areas that we just created. So that just makes life really simple, and this is one of the fastest ways of changing the color of your logo in Photoshop. Now, having your logo on a transparent background definitely makes the process a lot easier, and you can do this to any logo that you're working with. And I actually have a tutorial sharing how to cut out a white background from your logo really quickly using a few easy steps, and I'll leave a link for that down in the description below if you want to check that out. However, if you have an actual image behind your logo, then you're going to need to go about things a little bit differently, and that brings us into step number 2. All right, so now in our second example here, this time we can't use the color overlay option, and to show you what I mean, let me actually apply a color overlay. So double clicking on our layer, adding a color overlay, notice how it fills up the entire image. And that's because our logo and our background are attached to the same layer, meaning that they're not separate. Therefore, you can't edit them separately without actually making a selection. Now, there's a ton of different ways to make selections in Photoshop, but when you're working with logos, one of my favorite ways to do it is actually with the select color range option. So to access this feature, all you do is go to select and down here to color range, and that's going to open the color range dialog box for you. Now, what you're looking at right here is essentially a layer mask. So everything that is white is visible, while everything that is black or gray is going to be transparent. So to make life easy, first set your selection preview to none, and that's going to just show you your regular image while you can see your selection in this preview box right here. Now with your eyedropper tool, which is automatically selected, we're going to click on the color of the logo like so. If you have multiple colors in your logo, you can hold the shift key and then you can click between those multiple colors, and it's going to add that into the selection area. Now, if you notice here in the preview, all of the green of my logo is now white, aka visible, meaning that it's going to be selected. Now, to help us refine this a little bit more, let's change our selection preview to grayscale so then we get a larger view of what's going on, and then we can adjust the fuzziness slider, and this basically changes the tolerance of what colors are actually included. So if you have different shades of a color within your logo, increasing the fuzziness will help to make that selection a little bit better. For example, if I bring this fuzziness way up, it's going to start to select some of that background here, and obviously we don't want that to happen, so I'm going to drag that down until we don't have any of the background showing, but all of our logo is selected. So in this case, right around 58 looks like the winning number for this example. Now, once you're happy with this, we're gonna go and click OK, and it's gonna turn that white area into an active selection represented by these marching ants. Now, with this active selection, you could go and do the color overlay method that we just did previously. You would do that by pressing Command or Control J to duplicate that layer, so now it's on its own separate layer, and then you can go through the same steps with the color overlay method. However, since we're in a different example, let's talk about a different method for changing the color of your logo. So with your layer selected, we're actually going to go and create a hue saturation adjustment layer by clicking on the icon right here. Our selection will be automatically applied onto that layer mask, meaning that every color adjustment we make here will only affect the logo that we just selected with our select color range feature. Staying within the master tab here, I'm going to click on the colorize option, and then that's going to apply a single hue across the entire selection area, aka our logo. And now I can go and adjust the saturation, hue, and luminance or lightness as needed. So I'll just boost up this saturation, and now I can start to change the hue of it as necessary. So let's say I want to make this look a little yellow, and I can even increase the lightness a bit, add some saturation in there, and now we have a totally different color to our logo. Just by adjusting the hue slider like so, it's really, really easy to change that color as an alternate method to the color overlay option that we just learned about in the previous example. So with these two options, you can quickly change your logo's color, whether it's a PNG file with a transparent background or a logo that's not yet cut out from the background and needs to be selected separately from the rest of your image. So if this tutorial helped you to change the color of your logo, then make sure to hit that like button down below, as it really does make a difference in helping more people see this tutorial and learn how to change their logos as well. Now, if you love Photoshop just as much as I do, then make sure to hit that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with more weekly tutorials just like today. Again, my name is Brendan from BeWellCreative.com, and I'll catch you back here next time for another new tutorial. See you then.